My tickets, MTX, is a program created by Nalir as a front end for ConnectWise. Within here, I will show you how the product works. Pretty much anything a technician could do daily in ConnectWise can be done in here. Within MTX, you can create a new ticket, new schedule. If you want to do any charge codes, you could choose a charge code, choose a date, start, end time, and put in any notes. We also have an address book available. You could search for a company, or you could drill down on a company. And then you could search for a POC or a different contact. You can create a new contact. You could edit an existing contact. The way MTX works is it caches all the commands and sends them to ConnectWise in the background. So you never see the spinning circle or have any delays, but you will see numbers flashing in here that show all the requests being sent to ConnectWise in the background. We have notifications that pop up. We have settings for those. And there's different preferences within here as well. Under the My Schedule tab, we're looking at my schedule for today. Well, I could filter in today only or see future tickets. I could also filter in and out completed tickets. You could drag and drop these tickets around. You could shrink or expand them. You could also right-click on them and update your resource or the properties of the ticket. Or you can click on the ticket and see all the notes and properties or work on the ticket from here. You have your calendar view, you have your list view. If you prefer one over the other, you could filter and change your views. We have a dispatch portal. Drill down on dispatch. You could also pop this open in a new window, so you always have it open. If you want to see completed tickets or not see them, you could filter them in and out. We also have an alternative view where you see the names across the side. If you see the gear spinning, that means the ticket's in progress. And you can click on these tickets. You could drag and drop them, shrink or expand them. Everyone has their own login. Everyone has their own filters. This button will open another user's My Schedule view. Choose it, choose an employee, and you will get the same My Schedule view that you had. It's great for dispatch, service managers, or if you need to look at someone's My Schedule. And again, you could filter in and out completed tickets. All these tickets in red have old resources on them. I could update them all in 2 clicks. This button will move all past schedules to today. If I click move, it'll update the resource on 78 tickets and move them to today, unless I choose a different date. Let's say Amar's out sick, and I reviewed his tickets, and I need to reschedule stuff for the next business day. This button will move all today and past schedules to the next business day. Again, if I click move, it'll update the resource across 85 tickets. You could also choose a different employee from here. And there's different calendar views. Go over the availability board. This is just like the time machine. It shows you where people are working, what they're working on, how long they've been working on things. If they're getting behind on their schedule. When you do work on your first ticket using MTX, it will ask you your location, but you could set that manually, and you could see there's little icons indicating where they're at. And you could see current time in progress, the total time recorded against it, if the ticket's over budget. You see the company, the board, the ticket number, and the title of the ticket. And again, you could drill down on any one of these and see all the notes and properties within. Also, it'll show missed schedules. Karen had this ticket scheduled for 8:45. It is now 11:50. Therefore, it's a missed schedule. Anyone could set themselves or someone else to lunch or away from keyboard. If you choose sick or vacation, you'll actually get a pop-up asking when they're coming back, and it will indicate that on the availability board. And you can create your own filters as well. Configurations can be created, updated, looked up. You could do it by company type or name. There's a lot of different filters. You could search for a company. You could drill down on a company. You could search for or filter a config, or you could drill down on it. Anything you change in here will write back to ConnectWise. This button will create a configuration for this company. This one will ask you to choose a different company. Creating a new ticket is done very easily. You have a lot of visibility, and it's very quick. You can do it by first name, last name, company name, email address, phone number, or use the address book. You just type a first name in here, it'll pull it up. You could also type company name or part of a company name. It'll pull up all the users for that company. Shows you who's a POC. You can create a ticket with no contact. You can create a new contact. You can update the agreement now or later. You have a recommended way of creating tickets. You type first letter of first name, first letter of last name, and first letter of the company. This is Bruce McKay, Big Design. Bruce McKay, Big Design. Maybe you just know it's Bruce McKay. You could type BM. And you could see you get plenty of results. Drill down on Bruce, and it'll bring us to the issue page. When you type in summary, it automatically fills in the description, but you could change it to whatever you'd like. This is a flagged company note. Anyone can create, edit, or remove these at any time. And again, it gives you visibility. These guys are migrating to Office 365 this month. Or maybe you create a note that a project was done over the weekend, or line of business application is running slow. So when someone else goes to create a ticket, they will see that note. You'll also see the note when you open a ticket or when you're working on a ticket. Down below, all the other open tickets for Bruce. You can see he already has a new ticket for his printer issue. Maybe he doesn't realize he does. Is he going to let you know? Maybe, maybe not. Is he going to let you know that he's called every day for the last week about his printer? Hopefully, but maybe not. Either way, you could drill down on one of these tickets, work off of them, or just read the notes. But over here shows all the other open tickets for that company as well. Next, you're going to choose a board. Then you're going to choose a priority. And then you're going to choose how the ticket came in. Now that ticket's being created in the background, but I can go to the scheduling tab. I could assign it to an owner. I could assign it to a team. I can click the schedule button, choose a tech and a date, and it shows our calendar. You can see Amar here is pretty busy the rest of the day, so we can't assign it to him. So let's click the dispatch button, and you get a calendar view. And we can see Sue's available. We're going to assign it to Sue for 1:15. And when I choose the calendar, pick the date, the time, the user. You can pick the rest of the attributes manually, or you could use our quick picks, which you could configure. You could also add an activity or spectator to the ticket. You could also see the account manager or primary tech assigned to the company. But I want to work on this ticket. I don't have to come over here and change it to in progress. I don't have to add myself as a resource. To do all the above, you just click Work on Ticket. This will add myself as a resource for December 19th, 2023 at 11:54 a.m. and put it in progress. And I can immediately start entering notes on the ticket. The clock is running, but in the background, this ticket's still being put in progress. On the availability board, it now shows that I'm in the office and I have that ticket in progress. We have a title bar. It shows the ticket number, the issue, the company. Here's a link to open it in ConnectWise. The user on the ticket, address book still available. There's Bruce's email address. You can copy it by clicking the little copy button. Also, any phone numbers are hyperlinks and will open your soft phone, Teams, VoIP, 3CX, whatever you might have. Down below, we have a two-pane system. We're going to start on the right-hand side. Again, there's that company note letting me know what's going on. You also have this little plus here, which is hidden. If you wanted to add a certain type of note or send an email while the ticket's in progress. Ticket properties are all available. You can change whatever you'd like. You could also text using this. I'll show you that one in a minute. And you can see there's a warning within. It's because the type, subtype, and item are not selected. And if someone tried to complete the ticket without choosing those, it'll force them to go back and choose them And that's an option you could turn on or off. Configurations can be looked up. It could be attached to tickets. We also have an option that if a configuration is not attached to a ticket and they go to complete it, they will get a reminder saying there's no config attached, and they could acknowledge that they're not going to attach one, or they could say, yeah, I need to go back and attach a config. And that's an option you could turn on or off. This time zest, it's actually pinned. We do have a pods tab which shows all your pods if you want them to show up. Not under the pods tab in here, you could pin them. Expenses and or products can be added using MTX. Other tickets tab shows other tickets, just like when we were creating it. Any custom fields you have under the custom fields tab. Here's the pods tab showing the other pods. And like I said, times S is pinned. Here's where you could read, edit, create company notes. This is the flagged one we've been seeing. You can see there's others that aren't flagged, and you can go in here and edit them. You could flag them, you could delete them, or you can create a new one. Choose a type in your note. You want people to see it, choose flagged. The audit trail is also available. Over on the left-hand side, we're under working notes. If you wanted to add a one-off task, you could add a one-off task. You could attach files or insert images. You could drag and drop or copy and paste into here as well. If you have standard notes in ConnectWise, you could apply them to your notes in here. If you have a ConnectWise template, you could apply it, and it will add all the tasks. You could also rearrange your notes. We're going to add some of our own. Okay. Printer no longer turns on. We need to go on site and replace it. Bruce is not having a good day or week with all the printer issues. I'm going to notate that, but I'm going to mark it as internal. You can mark any line you want as internal. Anything important that I want to make sure gets read, I like to pin. Report session, we'll move the ticket back to exactly where it was before I put it in progress. PSR stands for process still running. We'll go over that in a minute. In this case, we're going to move on to the email portion of the ticket. And you can see it says, hi, Bruce, because we auto-fill in the first name. Your greeting could say whatever it wants. You could say, hey, Bruce, hello, and choose to make it your default greeting for future tickets. You could also have a signature with an image. You're also able to type up emails here, attach files, insert images. And if it's something, maybe there's a form you send out to POCs fairly often. Maybe there's a canned reply you send, or a template or draft that you want to save. You type it up here, save it for reuse. Then you can see all the emails you have saved for reuse. And you can categorize them, and you could share them with others. And when you click insert, it'll insert your attachments, your images, and any verbiage you have. You could also apply standard notes. You could also text. Comes from this 484 number. Nothing you need to set up on your end. When the contact replies to the text, it will update the ticket, it will email you, and it will text you. You could CC others. You can also choose not to send an email. You could also schedule an email, so you could send it later, or you could include. Brings us to the time review screen. It'll auto-select all the above, but you could change them to whatever you'd like. You could also edit your start or end time, or do a deduct. You could add or subtract minutes or hours. Here's my email, my signature, my tasks, my notes, as well as my internal note. I could add all this into ConnectWise without a time entry by clicking Don't Record Time. I could do it as non-billable, or I could just approve what I have. And it brings us to the wrap-up screen where I can complete the ticket, or I could schedule it for later on today at 2 p.m., or I could assign it to someone else for another date. Or I could open the full scheduler and assign it to multiple people. But I'm going to go on site. It is now noon. I can make it on site by 12:30, schedule that, and create schedule. And in the background, ConnectWise circle is spinning, but we're still moving. Travel tab is here now. That travel tab will only be here if you have an on-site resource for today or for the day it is. We do have an app. It is a web app. You could scan this QR code or go to this URL, click add to home screen. It'll add this icon to your home screen. And you could use this app to create tickets, look up configurations, put in notes, put tickets in progress, etc. Some MSPs just use it for on-sites, which is fine. We only have one on-site in here, but if I had multiple, they'd be listed down below. Once you are ready to go on-site, you hit the big green button. It'll ask where you're traveling from because it automatically geocodes the mileage if you're on a mobile device. If you're traveling from home, make sure you have your home address in. Traveling from the office. If you need to stop for lunch or gas, I could pause the clock. On the availability board, it now shows that I'm traveling to, and it will also put in my ETA on when I should arrive on site based off of Google Maps. Once I'm on site, I'll end my travel and I'll get an expense pop up. And you can see the mileage will automatically fill in. If you're on a mobile device, add your tolls, get reimbursed. If you don't do expenses, click no expenses. Submit that. And brings us to this screen. Everything scales down if you're on a mobile device. It's easy to add notes. You'll also notice the on-site tab appears, which gives you more visibility. Maybe I drove an hour to get to this customer. Am I going to just sneak in there, replace the printer, and sneak out? Or am I going to see what else I could take care of? All right, so you could scroll up and down independently from one side to the other. You could also see the notes are the same. So if you don't need to see the notes on this side, you could hide them. I'm going to add some notes. All right, we replaced the printer and it's working fine. We're ready to move on. Don't need to email, it's just on site. So we're going to skip the email. All my notes, time entries look good. We're going to approve that. And this time we are going to complete the ticket. And it brings us to the on-site tab. If I had another on-site, it'd be listed down below. I could travel back to the office or home or work on another ticket. We're going to travel back to the office. And it switches me from on-site to traveling from. Also puts in my ETA. Once I'm back, I'll end my travel. If I have a parking expense, put it in now. Go to the tickets tab here. We have different filters: open, pending, new. Maybe you want to see completed tickets. Maybe you just want to see completed tickets for today. You could drill down on any ticket. You could instantaneously scroll through, seeing all the notes and time entries and properties of the tickets. You could also see different board types, monitoring project. You could also have a custom view where you're looking at all different board types. If you have multiple service boards or monitoring or project, you can click here and check them off. You could tag yourself on a ticket. Maybe I want to keep an eye on this ticket. I can come on here, click the tag button, and then see my tag view. It shows all the tickets I tagged myself on. If there's been any changes since I last viewed it, it'll say changed. If you're done with the ticket, you can come in here and remove the tag. Searching. This will search any properties of the ticket. I could type in my name, type in Bruce, you could type in a company name or part of a company name, type in a status. New status, but also it's looking at the property. You could type in any ticket number you want and it'll pop up. Even if the ticket's not in your view, maybe it's a closed ticket. As long as you have access to it, it will come up. This ticket's almost 3 years old. It's on the internal board. It's closed, but I have access to it. If you want to search more than the properties, you could also search the ticket notes. We also have another ticket search here. This is handy for searching for closed tickets, but it's not just for closed tickets. You could do any status, board, company, contact, summary, resource. You could also filter in how many hours are recorded in the ticket. Maybe you want to see all tickets with over an hour or under 8 hours, whatever it may be. So filter by when it was entered. You could sort by any of the above. The age column is nice to have to see how old tickets are. If you put your mouse over it, it'll show you. You could also see updated, when the ticket was last updated. This was 23 minutes ago. This one was 5 months ago. Being able to see the hours on the ticket in here is also nice. You could also filter by priority or age or update or status. You check a few tickets off, allows you to do the mass action just like in ConnectWise. You could change the priority from here. You could change the status from here. You could change the board. When a new ticket comes in, you got the schedule button. You pick who, date, time, and the attributes. Or you have the dispatch button, which brings up the calendar view. So you could click on someone's calendar. You can see Ramon has a little crowd next to him because we specified him as a VIP. Just go into ConnectWise under the contact type and type in VIP, and then it'll display as this in MTX. Let's drill down on this ticket. All right, so we know these buttons scroll back and forth between tickets. We know this tags you on a ticket. This button copies the ticket number. This button copies the ticket number and summary. You could also get a link to open the ticket in ConnectWise or MTX, or you could open in a new tab in ConnectWise or MTX. Open in a new tab. We know work on ticket puts it in progress and adds you as a resource. Bundling or merging tickets, also another tedious task in ConnectWise. Click bundle. Choose the ticket you want to bundle. Maybe you want to reverse the child or parent. Maybe you want to add additional tickets. You can come in here, check them off, and you click bundle or merge. Delete ticket button will allow you to delete a ticket only if you have permission in ConnectWise. There's all the properties on the ticket. It can be changed without putting anything in progress, including texting. You could also see all the notes. You could also send an email to the user or the resource. You could add a note. You could also add an internal note. And when you add this note and you want to make sure someone reads it, you click Mark as in-house update. And then when you add that note, any resource on the ticket will get a pop-up, and it will also highlight the ticket purple, like that. And you see your update, read it, turn it off. If a customer replies to a ticket, or a customer calls and asks for someone that's on the phone, and I put a note, customer called while you're on the phone, I'm going to check this box because I want to make sure you see it. And again, you get a pop-up and it highlights the ticket. Uncheck it to remove it. Scheduling tab shows all the resources on the ticket, including closed. You could modify existing, add new. Configurations could be attached to the ticket. There's time zest again. Tasks or templates could be applied without putting the ticket in progress. Time entries can be added or modified. All the other tabs are familiar and we've went over. Working on multiple tickets at the same time is another great feature. We're going to put this ticket in progress, and then we're going to put this ticket in progress. And you can see how quickly I could put two tickets in progress. And you could also see the clock is only running on one ticket because I could only record time on one ticket at a time. Click on this one, clock runs and pauses on that one. Let's say I needed to run a patch to fix this issue and it's taken a while, and maybe I want to get back to it in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I'm going to PSR this ticket. Again, process still running. Click on PSR. Choose the time you want to get back to it. I want to get back to this ticket around 12:30. I also want to get a pop-up to remind me. And then you commit that ticket to PSR. And you can see it's sitting right here. Then I can come over here and put another ticket in progress. You can have as many tickets as you want in PSR. You can only have two with the clock running on them. On the availability board, it shows that I have two tickets in progress and one in PSR now. We also have another ticket method. Well, actually, let me abort out of these. When you are ready to go back to your PSR ticket, you just click on it and the clock will start running again. We also have another method of working on a ticket called the one ticket method, and this will auto PSR tickets for you. So it makes it easy to juggle tickets, but you only have one with the clock running. So let's put 2 in progress again. Now that clock's running on that ticket, I come over here, put this one in progress, and it auto PSRs that ticket. And if I come in here and put another ticket in progress, it'll auto PSR that. And if I want to work on these tickets, I just click on it and it'll auto PSR the other one I had in progress. So very easy to juggle around tickets. Another great feature of MTX is you can have multiple people work on the same ticket at the same time. Let's say someone's having an issue, we go over the availability board, and Omar here is working on this Outlook performing poorly ticket. He's been working on it for almost 2 hours. I could jump in here, and I could also put this ticket in progress, and I'll have my own time entry, and I have my own clock. And a third, and a fourth, and a fifth person can put it in progress. So it makes it very easy to not only juggle tickets, but multiple people can work on the same ticket at the same time.